You might not believe it, my friends, but Instagram just kind of announced in-platform engagement groups. And to be completely honest with you, it might even work and it might change the whole game, talking about increasing your reach, getting more engagement, as well as making money with your Instagram. So listen carefully right now, my friends, because once this feature drops, obviously you want to use it the right way, and there's some ways to use it quite well, I guess. So let me explain. Earlier this week, your old friend Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, dropped this update announcing what they call broadcast channels. And at first glance, it's something you probably just ignored because just the word broadcast, what an old word. And in the comments, as always, people say, yeah, it's just another pointless thing, and then you just scoop it off to the back. Not important, whatever. Just one of those million updates nobody really cares about. But if we take an actual closer look, this whole thing has a ton of possibilities for creators, and it seems like one of them would be to create sort of an engagement group, a legal working engagement group. And if you don't know what an engagement group is, basically it's a group of people engaging with each other right after they post, usually in the Instagram DMs, used to be Telegram, stuff like this. So someone posts, they drop it in the group saying, I just posted, and everybody else has to chime in, engage with the post, drop a comment, and comment each other. And if you don't comment on each other's posts, you get kicked out or something like this. So in theory, the algorithm gets a boost. People also see there's lots of engagement happening early on, and things can get kind of kick-started right from the beginning. In theory, that's not how it works anymore. That was a thing of 2018 maximum, I guess. And if you see some people, gurus, still say, well, go into the DM group, engagement group. No. Don't do it. It used to work fine, like I said, until maximum 2018, until they changed the algorithm and the way they actually rank and recommend posts. Nowadays, there's actually a lot of things at play if they identify an engagement group, because they certainly have ways. First of all, the algorithm just ranks you down because it gets confused, because usually those are not even your ideal followers. And I don't even want to get into it, confuse you too much, unless you want me to. But then again, also the algorithm will see it's something fishy, right? And this is what the algorithm hates, especially with them having issues right now getting monetization on the platform and making this whole thing work with advertisers. So they will cap your organic reach, and after some time you will see you'll not be able to get any organic reach outside of your followers and even inside your followers at all. Terrible thing. Terrible thing. And lots of influencers, big influencers, still do that. They kind of got caught in the engagement group loop. Well, that's another awesome 80s band name, thinking about it right now, together with the Reels feed scrollers, if you remember this video. And today, together with the Reels feed scrollers, for the first time ever, the engagement group loop, coming to an amphitheater close to you. With that being said, the concept of this, getting people to engage with you as soon as you post, obviously starts off on the right foot. And it's definitely a smart way to boost your overall engagement. In my course, for example, the IG Black File, which by the way will get a huge update in March or April, we'll make a big overhaul with things never talked before. And of course, existing students get upgraded for free, in case you were asking in the comments. In the description down here might be a special offer for you, or not. But yeah, anyway, inside the IG Black File, we have a bunch of ways to increase organic engagement, one of which is, for example, growing an email list, feeding the list with value, sort of building something on the side, and then send out a broadcast, by the way, to this list, making them naturally want to engage with your post because you kind of hyped it up beforehand. Or another thing, just to spill it all out for you, something that we call the 60 seconds hack. Basically giving away something, no matter what it is, how small it is. Could be a shout out even to the people commenting within the first, let's say, 60 seconds or 2 minutes, right? This kind of also naturally boosts engagement, naturally builds your community a little bit more. Now, with this new broadcast channels update, you're going to be able to do that within the platform, basically like an email list, basically like an engagement group, but way more powerful because it's right there, built in natively within the app, and they're going to encourage that even. So you'll be able to share photos, videos, and other stuff directly to the DMs of your followers. And if we actually listen closely and read between the lines, I do have a suspicion, but first of all, you listen closely to what Mosseri has to say about this, and then I'll tell you what I thought.
And you just look at photos and videos. People actually share more photos and videos in DMs than they do in stories in a given day. And they share more photos and videos in stories than they do into feed. And we want to make sure that creators have a way to reach their audience in a way that is how people communicate more broadly.
He says, and it's sort of taken out of context still, he says, we want to make sure that creators have a way to reach their audience. We want to make sure that creators have a way to reach their audience. Like I said, slightly taken out of context, but to me, it sort of sounds like they lost control over the whole reach issue and the algorithm, which is not a new thing. I've heard, I think even YouTube speak about this before with the shorts thing. You can't just stop the algorithm and say, okay, turn this up. It sort of has its own life at some point, I guess. So to me, it sounds like something like this is happening, and the best thing they can do to fix this whole reach issue, because people are getting more and more upset, especially for photos, I guess, is to implement these broadcast channels. So you can actually make sure everybody who wants to see photos, for example, gets to see photos. Because we know people always say they want to see more photo posts, but then their user behavior actually shows the opposite, that they're more engaged with videos. Instagram talks about this quite a lot. I've seen this even myself doing some research. And with this update, in theory, at least, you can get your engagement up quite a bit, maybe even steering the algorithm up to show your stuff out more to a broader audience, or at least to your own audience that you already have. Now, it's not officially available yet. You can request access to be included in the test though, which is something new, never seen before. But here's how to generally use this feature to boost your engagement and to utilize it the best once it comes out. First of all, create a channel with a real benefit for your audience, right? Don't just say, subscribe to my broadcast for my latest posts, because look at me. Instagram is so bad, they take away my reach. Look at my posts. You should be able to see my posts. Bad way to go about things. You want to flip the script, kind of. You want to focus on a positive value exchange for your audience. What is in it for them? How can you actually frame it so people want to actively join your broadcast channel because, right, they get something in return, whatever that is, right? That's what you're gonna have to figure out. That's actually a big way to grow on any social media platform, figuring actually out what your positive value exchange could be. And then the other thing, you need to nurture this broadcast channel, and don't just always just drop your latest posts in them without context, right? Give more insights, warm them up. For example, give them a sneak peek, for example, making them interested about something that's coming. So, people actually get hyped, or at least they're anticipating your content, because your content is why they're there in the first place. And basically it all comes down to, basic storytelling things again, I guess. And if you just keep these things that we just talked about in mind throughout your strategy, not just in the broadcast channels, you'll be hitting at least 10,000 followers pretty easily anyway, because basically that is the whole magic. Thinking about it, dumb down. And this video will actually show you one of the many ways to grow to 10,000 followers as fast as possible without using sleazy tricks.